Yeah, it's weird when we don't have Terry because it's like there's kind of this like wandering back and forth situation.
Oh no, it was the frame that I was like.
Yeah.
Because we bank these, then I don't fix it for 2 weeks whenever there's an issue. Because I'm always a week or two behind.
Yeah, so then it's like hard to make the correction like for the next episode. It's like, well, we got 3 with that fucked up thing.
Yeah, and then I fix it, and then I mess up something else.
But you know what? It's a work in progress.
It is, and we thank all of the tenors that are just following us blindly, and I love it.
No,
they're
getting in on the ground floor is what they're doing. It's like buying Bitcoin in 2009 or whenever it came out.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
I am realizing that. So we did this. We're doing this currently because this is going to be out late. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Yeah. Welcome to Size 10 Podcast. I'm Bjorn RG. You can follow me on Instagram at SkateCub.
I'm Nick Scalzone. You can find me on Instagram at Nick Scalzone Comedy.
And you can follow our podcast at
Size 10 Podcast on all platforms, on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification.
And you know what
else?
Tenors, if you've got a friend in need of a podcast, send them this.
If you have any friends at all, send it to all of them. Like, even if they're mean to us.
Yeah.
Like, even if they want to write mean jokes, we promise we won't slap them.
Like that guy. That was like some weird energy. We were just at Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, we went to Jersey Mike's, and there's a guy who was so mad that his order was taking a little extra time.
I also want to say, because he answered his phone, and it sounded like he was doing a bit. Because...
How did he answer?
He was like, hello, and then he said... Like, yeah, that's what my wife said, and I was like, oh, this guy's doing a bit, and then like it sounded like, yeah, that's what my wife said, and it was like, or that's what your wife said, and I was like,
you're like
that kind of sounds like a bad joke that he has.
That's what your wife said.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what your wife told me last night.
Yeah, she can barely walk today. It was like some shit like that, but it was like a health thing. It was like a real health thing. But I was like, oh shit, this guy's
slanging.
And I was like, and then I was like, oh no, there really is somebody that's like sick in a hospital. Like,
you're just thinking all the dick jokes.
Yeah,
and some
that's
poor
what
lady
your wife said. Oh, she could barely walk after I saw her.
Yeah, some poor lady just had hip surgery and is about to die.
Right, and I'm like, oh shit.
Like,
But he was like putting out some weird energy.
Well, what happened is we were at the Jersey Mike's, and they must have got an order for like 500 sandwiches. They were putting sandwiches in boxes. Many sandwiches were going into boxes, and everybody was staying late. These poor people, they were putting in overtime. And this guy was just standing there leaning over a little counter, and he was like, is that mine? Where is mine? I've been here for half an hour. And they were like,
honestly, I bet it had been 5 minutes.
It had to. 10 minutes max. 10 minutes max. Because we got our shit in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was like they literally had so much work to do. I was like, you know what? Just let them do that. I'd rather them get the work done that they have to do and then make our sandwiches.
Yeah.
To like minimize the likelihood of fucking up our sandwiches.
Do you ever work a job like that?
No.
You never did. I
never worked in food service.
Oh my God. That stuff, because it sucks when you have a guy doing that. You get nervous and you make more mistakes. I don't know.
In the fly shop, there were a lot of mornings when we had like 12 boats to get out the door by like 8:30. So we'd get there at 7, and each boat has 2 people, so you got 2 morons per boat. 12 boats. It's 24 idiots walking around trying to get a fishing license at the last minute. And then everybody was asking you questions, and you had to kind of gauge, like, who here is going to buy an $800 fly rod? And if the answer is not this guy, then you kind of have to just nod and keep working on other stuff. So I did kind of have the, like, slammed business experience, and it was always very stressful.
I was just getting so many flashbacks. I was hating it. Then I was telling you, it reminded me of this time I was at a Starbucks, and I was literally the only person in the Starbucks.
Yeah.
And they had just come out with that new mobile ordering system.
Which I love.
I You know what? You would love that. I can see
Here's
you just
why
being like, I don't have to talk to. I have less words I have to say to people to get my shit.
You know what's so convenient?
And you
though,
live by
is there's
one.
a Starbucks literally in my building. I
Yeah.
just walk out the front door and back in another door. And I'm at Starbucks,
Mm-hmm.
so I can order it. And here's like I'm like a young person ordering off the internet, but I do it like an old man. I use my fucking laptop. I don't have the app on my phone. I'm sitting there on my fucking computer like an ancient old person. And I'm like, let me get a latte.
Booting it up
Let
on
me
your
get a latte.
Dell tower.
No. I got a MacBook.
With a compact, with a Q.
A compact
monitor.
with a Q. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Intel inside.
Yeah.
Pentium 4 or
Yeah,
whatever.
dude.
Windows XP.
Dude, I remember when the Pentium 3 came out. I was like, damn.
Intel had a hell of a marketing campaign back then. I had no idea what that was. All I knew was like I'd seen enough ads and I was like, dude, I need Pentium. Whatever the fuck Pentium is.
Powerful.
If you don't got Pentium, what the fuck are you even doing, dude?
Dude.
Like,
okay, I'm changing the subject again.
Yeah.
I've been watching Hulu a lot. I watched that Tommy and Pam and Tommy thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. I don't know. I kind of like, it's really fun at the beginning and then it gets real and it's like a comedy and then all of a sudden it's a drama and then you feel bad for like enjoying all that earlier stuff.
Right.
Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about.
I haven't watched that yet. But
there's ads. I pay for it, but there's ads.
Hulu does have ads even when you pay.
Well, you can buy the premium and get no ads. But
I'm not going to do that. They bundled it with Spotify.
Exactly.
I'm getting the deal.
That's what I do. And I just suffer through the ads. And fuck Progressive. I'm just going to go out and say it. We're never going to get them as a sponsor. I do use them for my motorcycle insurance.
I use them for my truck. They had a better rate than Geico. I mean, what the fuck you going to do?
But they have this ad that has like a doorbell at the beginning of it. And they can just go fuck right off because my apartment does not have a doorbell.
Oh, it goes ding dong and then Bucket loses fucking mind?
Loses his mind for the entire ad and I can't hear what they're trying to sell it because I'm too busy trying to calm my little dog down who thinks there's an intruder in the house.
Yeah, it's like ding dong.
And it's obnoxious.
Yeah,
and he
that's
just
annoying.
loses his mind. And then the next one will be like a DoorDash one, which their like chime is also a doorbell. So my dog just barks and that makes me just hate ads so much.
Yeah, that's a good note for marketers.
Yeah.
Don't think about dogs.
Doorbell. Yeah.
Because people like dogs.
And the ads, I swear, are louder.
They are. Dude, ads are always louder.
I'm pretty sure that's like a thing. That's always been a thing.
Yeah. Every time, like when you're in the only time I watch regular TV is like in a hotel.
Yeah.
It's like nobody has TV anymore.
Not
unless you're
our
like
age.
way into sports.
Yeah.
Like unless you're...
But no, even
but
then,
ESPN Plus
you like
now.
you like can't get certain. They like do weird blackouts, and I always end up. I ended up like not because they want you to buy this like ridiculous package, but then there's games you can't see, and I'm like, if I'm paying for it, I better get every fucking game possible.
Yeah,
and it pisses me off that like my team, I like hockey, and I got out of it. It forces you into piracy, is what it does, and that's what it did to me.
Like you wanted the NHL package, and they didn't.
I looked into it, and then I couldn't get a lot of the Golden Knights games.
Huh.
Which they just traded my favorite player
to
the Wild, and I'm like so torn because I was a Wild fan.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Las Vegas, and I became a Knights fan, and then they just traded my favorite player to the Wild, and I'm like... Where do I go? And then there's also the Kraken. I'm so conflicted, and I think I'm going to give up on sports.
Do they have fantasy hockey? Because then you can have just all your favorite players, and then you don't give a fuck about any team. You're just like a nerd, but into sports.
It's
so
the first time that's happened to me, like where a player trades.
Yeah, I've never cared about any particular player that much.
I mean, I just got into...
Or it was like whatever. I was only a fan of the player. Like I've never had a team allegiance that was very strong. Like Marshawn Lynch. I'm a fan of him no matter where he goes. The moment I saw the I'm just here so I don't get fined video, I was in on that guy. That guy's fucking awesome.
But, so what I was saying about the ads, I saw there's these two ads they keep playing me for Imperfect Foods. You have a joke about that. We're not going to burn it, but I thought of you.
Oh, it's okay. You could burn it.
So it's that like imperfect food
stuff.
Where
my joke is that I think it's dumb.
But so there's that ad.
That.
And then there's this other ad that's been running that's for Fred Meyer, and they talk about how they make sure all their food is like perfectly round and the right shade. And it's literally the opposite.
It's literally the opposite where they're like, you know what we do if we see a fucked up carrot?
we throw it away
on the street. and then we run it over.
We make sure and crush it down so nobody can see it or consume it in any capacity.
Yeah, we throw it out. We destroy it. We pour bleach on it.
I really feel like it feels like politics. I'm like,
we poison it so the rabbits can't even have that carrot.
We
Fuck
poison
that.
it. Yeah, we put it in.
That's an ugly carrot, and it deserves to die in a dumpster. In shame.
A locked dumpster.
That
it just
carrot
rots.
looks like that because it sinned against the Lord.
I just feel
God made that an ugly carrot.
It's just putting me in a weird predicament because it's like, what do I do?
I think you buy from Fred Meyer's.
You buy from Fred Meyer.
The prettiest, most pristine fruit and vegetables.
Yo, did we talk about when I crossed the picket line at Fred Meyer?
Not on here.
Oh, not on the pod? Okay,
no.
So Fred Meyer had picketing, and I'm going to just throw myself under the bus
I have a joke where I claim that I'm a Portland Republican. Apparently Bjorn is also one, crossing the picket line.
So they are I don't know if they still are, but they were the only place in town that you could get ranch water.
Yeah, ranch water seltzer.
Really wanted ranch water seltzer. And so I went to Fred Meyer on the day that they were picketing, and I just went there for the ranch water. That was literally all I was. And I was like, I'm just going to sneak out. I'm going to go to the self-checkout. Also, it's next to Petco, and I needed to get dog food. And so it was like a one-stop sort of situation for me.
Sure.
And it's close to my house. Anyways, I totally crossed the picket line. They yelled at me a little bit, but then when I was in the self-checkout, they had the megaphones, and they were just screaming at me and calling me a piece of shit. As I'm like, but they don't sell this anywhere else.
You're just like, oh.
No. I'm loyal to the seltzer.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And then the poor employee that had to check my ID. Because, of course, I'm getting something that needs an employee to check my ID.
Yeah, so there's one guy who's, like, working, and they're probably mad at him because he's working even though they're on strike.
Mm-hmm. And they're yelling at him for working.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it's because they were having staffing issues, so they offered more money for new hires, but they didn't give current people a raise.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty messed up.
No, that's a classic. That's
which I learned about while I was in the Fred Meyer. They were talking all about it in megaphones. It was very helpful.
That's a classic dirtball move that pretty much every company in the world has tried to pull at one point or another.
I didn't even know what cross the picket line was until they were screaming it at me, and I had to Google it in my car later. And I'm telling this story probably because Terry's not here, because then he would be so angry with me.
Yeah, you would have a Will Smith situation.
Yeah, he might. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about how it's close to the Oscars right now.
Yeah,
when we're recording this.
We record these a little ahead of time.
So there's probably going to be some references. We're going to try not to, and because I literally just said that, there's going to be so many references.
Yeah, we're not going to try that hard not to.
Because whenever we say, kind of funny, don't do this, then it's just my brain subconsciously is like, joke, find a joke for that.
Nah, but people all get it. It's fresh. Who cares? It's funny.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it live. I know
you actually watched the Oscars like a nerd.
Well, I was half watching it, mostly just like trying to say no to shots at at somebody's party and not get too jealous of their apartment because it was in the same building as ours.
Oh, it's Paul's friends in that building.
Yeah. They're my friends too.
Okay, your friends.
We met them at the same time. He's just more of a social butterfly than I am.
Oh, okay.
And exchange numbers, and I didn't. I just rely on him for that, I guess. Enough. But we went to like an Oscars party, and they just kept making us shots, and there was like charcuterie boards.
What's their apartment
maybe said
like?
That right.
Charcuterie?
Charcuterie?
Yeah.
Charcuterie.
Chartreuse.
Chartreusserie boards.
It better not be. That. I think you're going to get sick if it's chartreuse.
If it's chartreuse, what is chartreuse?
It's the color that neon is behind your head.
Oh, okay.
Bright green.
I want a chartreuse charcuterie board.
Yes, that's what they're like at St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we drinking?
Oh, yeah, we should do a can check. This stuff is delicious. I'm digging it.
This is from Cascade Brewing. It's called the Cash Nelson, which is a great Western name.
Yeah, and it's in that Western font. It's a sour. I love Cascade Brewing. It's pretty close to where I live now, which is rad. It's all sours. That's all they do.
I like sour beers.
Yeah, Fuck you, trash talk boys.
Yeah, Train.
Like Train.
Shitting
if you're
on
listening,
goddamn sour
I love
beers.
a sour
great.
beer. It's
They're
my
refreshing,
favorite.
A lovely summertime beverage.
I'd cross a picket line for sour.
Exactly. The hell with workers' rights if it means sour beers.
If I can have a sour beer, baby.
Yeah.
I'm such a piece of shit.
This is our wildest podcast as far as some real hot takes. Oh, it was so funny. My sister came to visit this weekend.
Yeah.
And my sister...
I got to meet her.
Yeah, you did. She's awesome.
She is.
Anyway, she was... It's so funny because we saw a truck from Montana, and obviously it was some redneck idiot. It had like a dumb conservative or a Confederate flag on the back, and I was like, "Go the fuck home, dude." But then we started talking. She's like, "Oh yeah, now people they meet me. They're like, oh, you're from Montana? That's a great place to be from." And she's like, now I'm like, there's some good people there. Like, she was like, I spent the last 20 years, like, couldn't wait to leave, and now I'm out, and I'm, like, defending it to everybody, and I was like, here we go. I was like, I went and I got my red Budweiser hat, and I put it on her head. I was like, all right, red hat cat, let them know the truth.
Give them the truth.
It was great. It was really funny because, like, the same thing happened to me where I came out here, and then I was like, hang on a minute. I feel like I got more conservative.
Yeah.
In a way. Just because it was like the unpopular thing, because I was like the biggest lefty liberal back home, and now out here I'm just like, I gotta argue with somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not that conservative, but every now and then I just have to have an argument. So
I know.
It was just funny to me.
You're like the most conservative friend of mine, I feel like. And it's like, but I'm about as conservative as you are.
Yeah. And we would be too
I just did my
liberal
taxes, and I'm like, I maybe do want to be more conservative.
Yeah, you did your taxes, and you're like, you know what?
Oh, man.
How much do we really need the schools?
Yeah, dude, holy shit. Like, Oregon taxes are a nightmare. There's so much. Like, it's rad. I mean, I'm not complaining too much, but it's just like, I swear to God, I'm just constantly, like, paying them weird, extra amounts that are just so minuscule for like these weird taxes that and you're a business doesn't know owner, about, so and then it's like a new one. It's like, oh, the preservation of trees and left-handed people.
Well, you should be for half of that.
I should be for all of that.
Yeah, I like trees. You're left-handed.
I'm left-handed, so yeah,
that one benefits you.
Oh, it's just like there's just so many ridiculous taxes here versus the state I was in previously where there was just no taxes whatsoever.
Nevada?
Yeah, Novada.
Novada.
Why are we calling it Novada? That's hilarious.
There's just no taxes there.
Yeah.
Or rules of any sort, really.
But then there's other things like you pay for it, and like my registration for a year for the tags. Just take a stab at what it was.
$940.
Oh, that was like actually close. It was $600 a year.
That's a lot. Just to register your car.
Just to register. It's just to get new tags.
Like just to re-up your registration.
Well, it was like $600, and then to re-up was like maybe $400 or $500.
That's crazy.
It's so expensive.
That's so expensive.
And then I moved here, and I remember the person at the DMV was like, "I'm sorry, so for the 4-year tag, it's kind of a lot." And I was like, "How much is it?" She's like, "It's like $350." I was like,
"For 4 years,
for
dude?
4
That's
years,
less than $100 a year.
Like that is not bad at all.
Getting a deal, baby."
And she was like, "Really? People usually get upset about that." And I was just like, "Nah. Where do I sign?
Give me fucking 2 of them.
Give me 2 of them." Yeah, exactly. I want to throw. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Shit, and I'll buy the guys behind me like I'm being a nice guy at Starbucks, you know?
I'll get the guy's tags that are behind me.
Yeah, this guy behind me. Let me make his day.
Like pass it along.
Yeah.
Jesus. Dude, that would be the funnest thing to do if I was balling out. When I make it. Yeah. I was going to do a ridiculous tip for a ridiculous item. I always thought that was always my dream. Like I wanted to tip like $100 on like something dumb.
Yeah.
Like real dumb.
I feel like that's a thing where if you make a bunch of money in like a public way, like you become a public figure. Like when this podcast makes us like super, super rich. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you have to. Then it's like kind of
if we get recognized, then you have to.
Oh.
You have to basically tip at least the whole bill.
Yeah. Dude, when I was managing a coffee shop, this guy came through. This was in Bozeman, and he didn't realize he handed the employee $100 bill. He meant to hand him a 20.
Yeah.
But he handed him 100 and said, "Keep the change." So we all split it. And then he called after everyone had already gone home with their tips and was like, "Hey, I meant to give a 20, not that 100." Because we all were like, damn. We all like walked away with
this
like
is a rich guy.
$25 or whatever. Because
Yeah.
there was like 4 of us. We're going to split it equally. But it was still dope to get like we all walked away with like $40
it made your day.
in
You
tips
guys
that
were
day.
all like, that's dope. What a nice guy.
Yeah. And then he called in, and then I had to deal with like this guy who was pissed, and he called, and then he knew the owners, of course, and then called them. And then like I ended up having to like weirdly give it back. But it was just like, yo, it's your mistake. Like,
yeah,
you said keep the change, and you handed them the wrong bill, and you're going to call 4 hours later and try to re-up. Nah.
I just had that happen because I'm taking some classes. And I'm taking some programming classes. I ordered what was supposed to be like a cheat sheet for the C++ programming language. It's like a fucking poster.
Okay.
It's $8 from the university bookstore. Ordered all the rest of my books from Abe Books.
Okay. Not familiar.
Abe Books is where it's at. If you're going to college, order your books from them. It's like half the price. At the most. Like,
oh, that's like that shit that they would like hand out cards for when
I
was
don't
in
know,
college.
but like that's where I used to get all my international editions the first time I went to college. Like, it's the best place to buy college books.
There was some weird program where they would give college students like money and sponsor them to like give out these little business cards that were like university books.
Oh, weird.
It was like WeBuyBooks.com or something.
Oh,
okay.
Like I think I'd heard of. I think I remember that they were trying to swindle you for your books at the end of the year.
Totally.
No, Abe Books isn't that. They're just an online bookstore that just has good prices. Anyway, so I had all my books on order. I go in to pick this thing up. I like ordered it online, but for like bookstore pickup. And so I roll in. They hand me a whole book. With my receipt for $8. And they're like, there you go, have a nice day. And I looked at it weird, and they're like, C++ programming language.
Yeah.
It just said C++ programming on the book. And I just walked out with it because I was like, well, they must know better than me. This is their fucking bookstore. I get home, I open it up, I looked, I'm like, no, this is fully the textbook for the class.
Yeah.
This is like $160 used. I paid $8. So I went back the next day. I was like, man, I can't just take the W on this one. It's a $148 mistake that they made. And honestly, this is the most disappointing part. Like they gave me the thing I actually bought. They took the book, obviously.
But you needed the other book too?
I needed the other book too, but I already had it on order. It showed up in the mail. I paid like $60 for it online. Anyway, so I was like, I don't need this book. And somebody made an expensive mistake. I'm going to go back and like make it right.
Yeah.
And they didn't thank me the way I wanted to be thanked.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you, that was the whole thing. Is I was like, I just did the right thing. Mm-hmm. And I just want to be recognized for that, like, way more than you did.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand.
Y'all almost took $150 L.
The person doing the work in that
goodness of
care.
my heart. I know. He didn't at all, and that was the problem. Portland State University.
It wasn't like, if that was like a small bookstore.
Yeah. That was a mom and pop bookstore. They'd have been like, dude, fuck yeah, way to be honest. Like, here's a gift card for $25. Go get yourself a fucking hat. Like, they should have given me a free hat. That's what they should have done.
I thought that the guys at Jersey Mike's should have given that guy something, because he was saying he was never going to come back, but they were kind of just like, they kind of gave him the like, yeah, actually don't come back.
Yeah, he was like, I think I'm going to just go to Cascade Station from now on. And I think they were kind of like, yeah, please fucking do.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with you.
We don't ever want to see you again. We're going to throw your sandwich on the ground.
Like the way the guy clapped back at him was so funny to me.
Yeah, that's the guy. We didn't mention that yet. Some other customer was in line, and this guy was giving all the employees a hard time. We were just sitting there awkwardly, like, what are you supposed to do? You know, and this other customer was like, I don't know what he's talking about. Y'all have always done well by me.
And he's like, I come in here every day, and they've always done well by me. Oh, it's like
we were just like,
I wanted to clap.
You were laughing back there.
I couldn't help it. I was like,
no, I was glad you were. Like, shout out to
yes.
that guy. That guy was awesome.
No, the employee clapped back at him. Oh, the guy was like, well, because they fucked up the sandwich. Yeah, he did some like without peppers or some shit. Yeah. And then
he gave that sandwich to another guy.
He was like, I'm sorry, man, we're making your sandwich right or whatever. And then he's like, it's not my sandwich, it's my wife's, who's pissed at home because I've been here forever. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, my wife's also pissed because I've been here for 2 hours past my shift.
Yeah.
I was just like, ooh, that is not what you say. But
no, like, that guy.
I just wanted to be like,
yeah, no, the hell with that dude.
That shit was too funny.
It was, yeah, that guy. You don't go into a restaurant and hassle the employees who are obviously busy over a fucking sandwich.
Who cares, man?
Yeah, it's
they're expensive sandwiches, though.
They're more than Subway.
I went to business school, and it's like, actually, that customer costs you so much money. Usually, because you have to do some kind of customer recovery for him, like Compass sandwiches or something, which felt like that's what he was going for.
He was definitely going for that. For like,
hey, I've been here forever, and they didn't do shit for him.
Which is awesome.
Which is kind of awesome, but it was a little surprising.
Nah, the hell with him. In that case, he was being such a jackass that it was like, I would have made that same call if I was working there. If at all possible, I would have been like, no, we're not comping this fucking guy's sandwich.
Well, because it was all managers. It was like the managers.
Yeah, all the managers were there. So they were just like, yeah, fuck you.
No. Yeah, definitely don't come back here. Yeah. Because you're just ruining the vibe of this place.
You and your attitude, go out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was awesome.
I mean, yeah, we're talking a lot about that. Okay, to finish up, Cascade, how would you describe this? It's just a sour. But it's like perfect. Like, this is the perfect kind of sour. It's not too crazy. It really
nice. Is just a sour.
It's tropical.
It's like what a sour beer is supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
It's solid.
Now, these are really expensive when you buy them in a can, though.
I bought them at the McMenamin's bottle shop or whatever.
By the can,
and they charged $6, $5.75.
That's weird.
They did give me, because I bought the whole 4-pack. They gave me 10% off, so it was like only $5.42 a can.
Oh, baby!
What a bargain! So anyway, yeah, look at us. We're really balling out of control.
Because I have gotten this one in the past. I got it at the bottle shop over off of Powell.
Yeah.
Same deal.
Those bottle shops
I was too embarrassed to be like, wait, $80? That seems like a lot for a 6-pack, like, or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's just like I got.
And I was like, there was a huge line behind me, and I was like,
I guess I just pay this.
I didn't like look at it exactly.
I know that's what happened to me. I was thinking about, we need some beers for the podcast. I was out for a walk. I saw the bottle shop. I was like, that's on my way home. And so I stopped in. I was looking around. I was like, ooh, a nice sour beer. It's got a cool looking can. Let's go with this.
All right.
Brought it up to the front. $20-some.
Yeah, you're like, what?
I was like, for 4 beers, fuck.
That's like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So what sneaker do you think this would be? This Cascade Brewing Cash Nelson barrel aged sour with Nelson Salvin
and Cashmere hops.
I wish I could tell you what
I don't know what any of that is.
They're like, ooh, it's got these hops. It's got citrus hops. It's like another flavor, but it's just like,
does it taste good?
It's all bitter.
This
right?
tastes good.
Honestly,
this tastes good. That's all I care about. As far as sneakers, what's a really overpriced sneaker?
Right. I'm gonna. Oh yeah. I don't know. Maybe the 700s. I'm gonna read the back, and then we can.
We could get
parlay.
to the shoes.
Like all legendary outlaw country stars, Cash Nelson plays by its own rules, breaking the boundaries of style and convention. This sour golden ale was aged on oak barrels and founders. This is the worst font. It's like the skinniest.
This is really hard to read. This sour golden ale was aged on oak barrels and founders. What are founders? Foundres. Foodries.
Foodries? It's so hard to read it. Anyways.
Foodres.
Whatever.
For up to 10 months. Then dry hopped with Nelson Sauvin and cashmere hops.
Somebody probably, because I write copy for my website, and somebody probably just like banged their head against the wall like I do until this came out.
Yep.
And I'm really disappointed. Like, I'm just saying you could do better. I like the
stars. Honestly, I like the whole country western vibe. That's kind of fun. And then it's like rainbow colored, looks like a sunset. I like the art. I like the design.
Kind of matches the flavor. It's a good.
It does. What's a good bright color? You know what shoe this is for me? Is those Air Max 97 Summer of Love. They're bright colored. They're a good summer shoe. This is bright colored, and it's a good summer beer. That's what I'm going with.
I want to say these are the Adidas Ultra Boost, the Pride ones that I've been trying to get.
Yeah, the rainbow Pride.
Like, I was trying to get them for like $70. I actually got them, and then they were not fake. Authentic.
One of my friends went.
So funny.
One of my friends, I guess, decided to buy those Amamanye 3s that are like those. The ones that came out like a year ago. They're like white with gray. They're like $800 now on StockX.
Okay.
He's got a lot of money. Anyway, he went for he bought them off StockX, but they got flagged as fake, just like those. So he didn't actually get them.
So you didn't get them. Yeah. But now they're going for almost what they retail.
The Ultra Boost, yeah.
Because I think just the supply was down, or the people, they probably just had a whole bunch of fakes come through.
All right, well, let's talk about some sneakers. I took a W on a pair that I've gone for 3 or 4 times.
I think I've gone for it twice.
Yeah, and as I've been doing lately, I've been going for pairs of shoes for my girlfriend because I need to get her a pair. And I got her a pair.
So you can be that couple.
Oh, we're going to be just people are about to get the big reveal. We're so going to be that couple.
That couple.
Oh, I got her some heaters, dude. This is the first good pair. This is the first pair of shoes I bought her because I keep going for I couldn't just get her random shoes. I had to get her something good. And I got her the Waverunners. That off of Confirmed, you can...
These are 8s?
These are a men's size 6. So, according to Adidas, that's a women's 7. But sometimes it's a 7.5. I don't know. They're Yeezys, so I erred on the side of big. She wears somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7.5, depending on what shoe it is.
Okay.
So, worst case, she'll wear thick socks. But anyway, yeah. Got some cute little baby Waverunners here.
These look...
Aren't these adorable?
They are adorable, and they kind of look better in the smaller size.
Yeah, I won't lie. I think the 700 is a good shoe, for women. It's a good women's shoe. It's a good men's shoe too. It's a great shoe, but
we've talked about this shoe quite a bit. I think
we have. I think we've mentioned it a lot of times. It's definitely a shoe that I want at some point for myself, but.
You're going to have to wait till another drop, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's the classic colorway, Waverunner.
Yeah, the OG. This was the 4th
orange.
or 5th restock of these things. And I finally, I went for the raffle at Bait, and I went in on Confirmed. And I've gone for every fucking Yeezy on Confirmed for the last 4 months.
Nothing.
But I built that karma up, and it paid off, I think. Because I snagged these. And this was of all the shoes that I could get a W on for her, this was probably the best one that's dropped in months.
Yeah, that's pretty. I know there was a lot that you were showing me.
I really lucked out. This is by far the best one that I've gone for her, and this is the one I hit on.
Yeah.
So
it's rad. I'm stoked for her. I hope she likes them.
Does
she know
I hope
about
so
them
too.
yet?
She knows that she got a pair. And I had her guess what they were, but I haven't told her.
Okay.
She sent me 3 guesses. And she asked me, are they Nike? And I said, no, but that's a really big hint, so you don't get any more hints. And so she sent me 3 Adidas shoes. She knew the day that I'd hit on them.
Yeah.
And she knew that I'd hyped them up. I was she did guess these.
Oh, she did.
She guessed these and 2 others. And I said, well, I just said noted. I was I can't respond wrong, and I can't respond that you're right, but
these have definitely grown on me for sure.
Yeah, these are one that now whenever I see them, I'm just that is They're a good-looking shoe.
They are, but $300 even just for like retail is like a lot.
It's a lot, but they're reselling for $4 or $5.
Yeah,
like,
I know that, but it's still just like it just feels like a lot.
It is.
I just really feel like this podcast and us like doing all this shit is just making me just like inching up. I've never paid $300 for sneakers.
The only pair I've paid $300 for are my 700s, the mauve, and now these. Oh, and the 700s that I bought for my dad. I bought my dad the Inertias way back in the day.
Oh, okay.
So I've paid $300 for 3 different pairs of 700s. I'm $900 deep into fucking Yeezy 700s. I should do better.
That's like $1,000, dude.
It's very similar to $1,000. It isn't.
It might as well be,
but it's quite close. With inflation, it is.
With inflation,
Anyhow, yeah, I'm dumb. I should do better. But what can you do? His are worth like $500. The Inertias are reselling for crazy money.
What color are those? I don't remember.
They're like basically gray.
Sorry, I'm pulling my phone out. So I don't know what they look like, and Terry's not here.
They're like gray with like this color. They're like a grayish blue with this color of these things. They're a good looking shoe.
Oh, I do know those ones.
They look even better in person. My dad doesn't wear them a lot. He wears them around the house.
They're okay.
And he constantly mispronounces Yeezy, just I think to fuck with me, because I'm sure he knows.
These ones are very they're very like hospital-y to me.
They do kind of have that vibe.
They look like something like an overworked nurse would wear. Like there's little spats of like, is that vomit or blood? I don't know. Like on the side.
Yeah. No, just looking at these though, the details on the
and there's
Waverunners.
Reflective surfaces, so when you're outside having a cigarette, you don't get hit by the ambulance. Sorry, I'm done with the joke.
No, it's okay. I mean, they do have the reflective things.
Yeah.
The details on this shoe are tremendous though. Like, they really do a good job. Like this shoe. I love all the little like they paint these in black and this in black.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of did a nice job putting this thing together, and it's such a wacky, goofy colorway.
It is.
And a goofy silhouette, but
it works.
Somehow it works so well.
And there's all these reflective things.
Like
and
these yellow laces. Where did that color come from?
Yeah.
But it fucking is perfect.
But it works on this. It gives it like a nice glow.
Yeah.
With that color yellow kind of would probably not do that in anything else. You know?
Yeah.
It wouldn't glow like
a
that.
lot of people put this color of lace into the mauve. And I think that looks pretty cool. I've always wanted to do that, and then I just always forget to order them. But
and then it's got boost. I've tried yours on. Who am I kidding?
Yeah. They're definitely not as like cushy as the 350s that we're both wearing. But
yo, this has been an interesting thing. I've been kind of like bored by Nike lately, and I've been going more for the Yeezy stuff, which is bizarre.
Dude,
because they're like,
me too, though.
It feels like the Yeezy brand stuff is like more in my vein of style, like with stuff like this coming out, the Belugas, like.
Yeah, no, Yeezy's got
even like those
a lot of good drops lately.
Even those like black and blue ones.
Yeah,
and, like,
the
like
black and blue and the Oreos.
I've just
and
been
all
more
those.
interested in it. Like, I mean, dude. Oh, we got to talk about this. Like after we had brunch on Saturday with your sister, you guys were like, "Yeah, we're going to the Adidas employee store."
Yeah, because
I was not
my
planning.
sister Catherine, she needed some new shoes to like walk to work in.
Yeah, can I have this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like after
Don't
we
say
discussed,
I never got you nothing.
After we just
Expensive.
discussed how much you spent on it, I'm like,
yeah,
hey,
I just
can I
bought
have
you
the second one?
$12 worth of beer there.
Thanks, dude. And gave me a ride to the studio.
Jeez.
I mean, I do spend 3 hours every week editing this podcast.
You do. I'm fucking around. That's true. But yeah, so we go to the Adidas employee store, and I bought this hoodie, and then I bought socks that match this hoodie, and that's all I bought because they didn't have any shoes I needed.
This is going to date the podcast, but it was Air Max Day. So
we all were wearing. I actually went back home and changed into my zebra Yeezys just because I was like, someone's got to carry the team here on the footwear.
We can't just walk into the employee store wearing all.
Catherine had Air Maxes, you had Air Maxes, Paul had Air Maxes. Yeah. Joanna had something neutral, and then I had
some neutral territory, some French shoe, you know.
Yeah, she had the Switzerland.
Yeah, she had
the Switzerland twos.
Yeah, the Switzerland twos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we went, and of course, they had the cold or the corduroy. I don't know, CLDRY.
The cold ready.
Cold ready. I don't know.
I think that's what it means.
Cold dry is
what
the cold dries.
In the Ultra Boost, right?
Boost, which is what I wanted.
They're
last
like a
time.
waterproof Ultra Boost. Is that?
Yeah.
So you got those.
Like
and
legit
then
though.
You got
last time we
a
went.
second pair though, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
What else did you?
I got the Lego Ultra Boost.
Oh, the Lego.
Because I looked at them every single time we've gone in there, and they've got the little Lego texture. We'll do an episode about them.
Yeah. Oh, the thing that I thought was cool about them is they had the Lego texture on the insole.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It seemed like it was gonna give your foot like a nice.
It does.
Little massage.
I like tried them on and walked around. They're delightful. And I was like, fuck it, I'm here. So they cost, but it's at the employee store, so it costs as much as one pair of sneakers.
Yeah, to get those too.
Yeah.
They're
then
damn near giving them away.
After that, I went to the Nike store because
like
we needed
outlet, not the
outlet.
Store.
We were returning some online things, and because Paul had bought some shirts and he got them from the outlet.
Yeah.
And so he thought that was the size. And then he bought them online in other colors and they were not the size. So it must have been why the first hoodie was at the outlet.
Yeah.
Because they get the stuff that's like marked wrong and stuff that they can't sell.
Like
I
it's
think.
messed up for some reason or another.
So the size didn't fit. But while he was returning stuff, I walked around and got nothing but compliments for my Air Maxes that I was wearing. Because everyone was wearing Air Maxes that day. And then
because you were wearing the camo Volt. Yeah.
I had like those ones on. And then I was in the bargain bin area and I feel like we were going to do the episode about it, but I found a pair that we did I remember we did a get it or forget it about these.
Yeah.
And I said, forget it.
Yeah. What were they called?
They're like the Zion something.
Yeah, the Zion Williams.
Yeah.
Jordans. They're green with a white sole.
They're camo.
Okay, they're camo and green. Camo.
And then they have this like, I don't know. It just seems
they
like
look
cheap.
like something from Ross.
They do. And that's why I didn't like them.
Yeah, I remember. Like, I feel like I said the same thing. Like, they definitely look like they're from Ross.
I tried them on and they're super comfortable. And I was like... And it's on the bargain area, and there was literally nothing in the store that I liked except for those. And I was like, so then I got convinced. But then it was the first time I ever shopped at that store, and because I have all of the Nike everything, they gave me like an additional 25% off. So I got them shits for like $70.
Nice.
So it wasn't too bad, but I don't know.
It was funny. You had a 3-shoe day, and you woke up not thinking you were going to have an any shoe day.
Legit, I said, you know what? When we were in line at the Adidas employee store, I said to everyone, I'm going to wait in the car when we go to the other place.
Yep.
Because I'm going to buy some.
And then you didn't do it.
And then I didn't, and I bought them. So whatever. It's fine.
But yeah, no, that was, my sister had never been to one of the employee stores, and she bought.
I still spent less than you did on those.
Yeah.
And I also thought about that because I had gone for those on a bunch of things, and I took the L.
Yeah.
And I probably was rage copying all that other stuff in some subconscious way. And then I remember when I bought the other sneakers.
It, and you're like, look at all these shoes that I got for less than the price of that
and
one.
And then he's like, well, you didn't get those Yeezys. How much were those? And I was like, oh yeah, those were $300.
Oh, these are ridiculous.
The time, when is it going to happen where we hit on multiple things? It's got to happen.
Sooner or later it might.
One of these days.
We're going to hit on the same shoe, or like you and one of us is going to get 2 pairs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because like when you're going for them on like 4 different platforms, it's like you're bound
At
to.
some point, the luck is bound to hit you, but I don't know because
Let's make a pact right now.
Okay.
A blood pact.
What's the pact? Just we could just do a fist bump pact, honestly.
Yeah. We don't have to. Blood does not have to be
No,
involved. It's fine.
I mean, it just seems messy. It's not that I'm concerned about anything. It just seems like there'd be cleanup and pain.
Let's do. Okay, if we hit 2 of something, since we're the same size.
Yeah, then we obviously just
sell
offer
it to the other person
at cost.
At cost. Okay, cool.
That makes I
that.
figured that would be the deal regardless without a pact. Like I would offer you that deal.
Because somebody, I'm not gonna say who, somebody hit and got 2 pair, and then they tried to sell them 1 pair to me, but they were upselling it. They were selling them at the cost of the
somebody I know.
No.
Oh, okay.
They were gonna sell them to me at the cost that they were on StockX, and I was like,
no, bro, that's not how that works.
No, I'd buy them for retail.
No. Yeah.
I mean, because then you could just sell them. And it's like, yeah, sell them to somebody else. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It was like a pair that I didn't really, like I kind of wanted, but I wasn't.
Yeah, it was fine. One of those where you're like, I suppose I'd wear them. I'll go for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few of those. But yeah, it's been interesting. There's not been a lot of, I mean, I saw those like hippie, whatever, ultra, Air Maxes.
Yeah, the space hippie or whatever.
The ones. There's 3 colors of them.
Oh, you're talking the ones that just came out, the
yeah.
Air Max ones that are like the whatever hippie ones.
Yeah,
those
are pretty cool. Oh, today I can talk about this because it didn't happen.
Yeah,
today I was on I wasn't on the sneakers app. I got notified by the sneakers app because I was selected.
You were selected
to purchase the bacon.
The Air Max 90
90s,
bacon,
which I do like, and I saw some in person, and I was like,
they're a good colorway.
I was like, those are sick. I was like, are those? Oh shit! And I was in an Old Navy of all places.
Yeah, and somebody had
like
the
someone
bacon.
was like rolling on those. I was like, okay, but I had just said to Paul, I was like, oh man, I kind of want to get those, but I'm not going to pay resale for them. And then this morning, I get a notification like, hey, you can buy it. You have access to buy them, and I was like, oh, sick. I go and I had to like redo my PayPal or something. And then the time it took my phone to scan my face, it had sold out of 10.5s. And then I tried to get 10s. And I was like, should I get? I'm like, I'm not going to buy 9s. Why would I buy? Like, why would I just
get the size 11?
Like, well,
then again, you probably could resell those and like buy them in your size.
I'm not going to do all that.
It is a lot of effort for a shoe that you're like casually want.
I like casually want it. It's like, it's a cool shoe, but I'm not going to pay extra for it or anything like that. But I was kind of pissed at Nike for doing that because I was just not even going to, I wasn't even planning on like buying sneakers.
Yeah, honestly.
They're like, ooh, exclusive access.
Yeah, they do
I texted
that
you
shit,
and you were like, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I have not interacted with the sneakers app at all. You've been interacting with it a lot.
Yeah.
Because you said like one of your buddies told you that was like
somebody told me. Yeah. A birdie told me that a way to increase your odds of winning, of getting wins is to like
actually like watch their stories.
Yeah.
And if they have a vote thing, you vote in the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Do all that. And that's what it said. It's like, because you've been liking so many of our things, here's access to this, but it's sold out in seconds.
Yeah.
Still,
I really wish that they would just release all their shoes as a raffle.
It should always be a raffle.
It should always be open for 10 to 15.
If it's on the sneakers app, just do a raffle.
Yeah.
Just make that the whole deal.
I like the way Confirmed does their raffles.
And they're like for days.
They're like 4 days leading up to it. You can always just be like, sure, I'll enter. I bet more people enter the raffles on Confirmed because they're open like that. And it's probably why the hit rate is honestly for me about the same. I've gotten a few shoes off of Confirmed and a few shoes off of sneakers. Like probably for the number I've gone for, my ratios are about the same on those.
Yeah.
But this is definitely my biggest win off of Confirmed for sure.
So you're going to be speaking for Joanna, for
your
girlfriend.
You can say her name.
Okay.
I think I've said Joanna's name on here.
I wasn't sure. I was like, I half said it.
Yeah, and I mean, you said it now.
And but it's out there now.
Yeah.
Do you think are these going to be pavement princesses, or is she blowing the back out on these?
I think they're going to be, I would guess they'll be pavement princesses.
You're hoping they're going to be princesses?
Oh, I don't care.
She shows up and just like, I didn't have anything for work, so they're muddy and like those ones that you see those clean
like
videos.
If she does construction in them, I'll be a little bit like, Jesus. But I don't think she will. I get the feeling that they will probably be pavement princesses. Also, like, she's not super, like, she's definitely not into sneakers or into like really expensive shoes. And so they're definitely going to be like the most expensive shoes she has. And so I think kind of like with my dad's, when I told him what they cost, he was just like, oh, these are barely leaving the house.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The other thing, though, is the fact that these cost so much in the first place, but then gain value. Like if she looks at them and it's just like, there's those are outrageous. There's no way I'm wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
We can go down to Index and trade them in for like 2 other pairs that she would wear, you know?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of these, is they're worth enough that like she can get something she wants if she hates them.
Yeah, even if they gave you retail for them.
Even if they gave me retail, I get my money back. She gets 2 pairs of shoes. Who cares? Yeah. Yeah.
She could get 3 pairs if she goes to the employee store.
At the end of the day, though, like I'm stoked that I got these, because then, like, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm into sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's cool
now my girl has, like, a good pair.
Up.
It's, like, not, there's, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's a fucking good pair of shoes.
I almost, like, low-key have been feeling bad because my guy listens to our podcast and is, like, just, I've had to be like, yo, we got to slow down on the sneakers. Like, it's, like, worse than me, where I'm just like, where are we gonna put all these sneakers? We live in a really small apartment.
He's started going crazy for sneakers. He's been buying a lot.
My sneaker wall, our now combined sneaker wall, is because like we've been putting his on there too, and we're the same size. And so there's been days where like he had an outfit and was like, oh, I don't have anything to match this, and I was like, let's go to the wall.
That's awesome.
And like pick out some cool sneakers to have that matched like some outfit or something like that. So like it is kind of cool. Like I could wear any of his as well. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That we can kind of share. So like if I
how did you set up your sneaker wall? Like
it's a wire rack.
Okay.
And boxes.
Oh, okay.
It's the same one.
It's the same rack and they're all in their boxes.
Yeah.
You should get
this time I measured it better so that I can fit 2 for each shelf, and it's just a wire rack that I had, and like the doors in our apartment, it's kind of something I don't really like. They're like sliding doors.
Oh yeah.
And so like I set it like a couple inches off that wall so you can slide the door behind it.
Okay.
And so it's kind of the perfect thing because it's just on there, but we couldn't like mount it on the wall.
Yeah.
It has to have that gap so that door can open and close.
Oh, for sure. No, I bought these racks. I've got my Ikea shelves, but then I also bought just some racks from Amazon. They were like two.
Why? Because Ikea doesn't have anything anymore. I went to Ikea.
They're fucking sold out.
They're sold out of everything.
Dude, they're doing a brisk business down there. They're running out of wood, fucking, what is it, sawdust that they make that shit out of.
I was like, what? There was nothing. Everything we wanted a bookshelf, and we just kept downgrading.
I gotta sell all my Ikea stuff. I'd make a mint.
I know. We had like an Ikea shelf, and I was like, this thing might be worth something, even though it's got a lot of dents. It's the old model, like whatever. It's like a used car now.
Jesus, I was like scrolling through Facebook, and there was like a vehicles, for sale, and there was a Tacoma on there, 2019. This is a year older than mine. It's got the short bed, and it has like 48,000 miles, 39 something, literally more than I paid for my truck. And I was just like, dude, this is fucking nuts.
Do you think that's gonna change?
Yeah, gradually.
I don't think it's gonna change.
I think it will, sort of.
I don't think it's gonna change.
I think the used vehicles being worth more than the new ones will, once they're able to fully up production.
Why though?
Why?
Who does that advantage?
The dealerships. They can sell more new ones.
They're making more money.
Huh.
They're all making more money, so it's not going to change. Why would you change it?
I'm glad I got in under the wire.
All the people that are losing are the consumers, but the dealers are making more money than they've ever made. Like
That's
dealerships
true.
are making cars like such a good business right now. It's like, why would they they used to have to sit on inventory. Now they don't.
Yeah, now everyone's on a list.
Like car ads don't even say like, hey, come down and buy this.
Yeah,
they just say reserve yours today for the 2023.
Yeah, it's just like in a year, this could be yours.
This could be yours. Maybe they're going to do sneaker drops. It's going to be a lottery. There's the Toyota app.
The Toyota app. You're just like, dude.
Yo, they dropped a new colorway.
They dropped a new Tundra today.
They dropped that new Tundra. Oh, shit. I didn't get in the... Better head down to bait. Let's see what fake got up.
Oh shit! I got exclusive access. Oh, too slow.
Exclusive access to the TRD off-road.
Oh, too slow.
Bro, we were talking about. Speaking of, we were talking about maybe getting a old Prius and putting a lift on it and like some ridiculous big tires.
I love that you guys live in an apartment and you're just like, dude, you know what we need to do?
The license plate would be Pavement Princess.
Buy a maintenance disaster of an automobile. Let's take a car that was meant to get the best possible gas mileage and put fucking 35s on it. Let's ruin it completely. The transmission will die.
We're gonna put
within
the TRD off-road.
Miles.
We're gonna get those
decals for sure,
and put those all over it.
Oh yeah, like 4 or 5 of them, like one on the hood.
Yeah, one on the
hood. Or no, just not do them tasteful. Do them like right on each side.
A fake hood.
Here's
scoop.
what I think you need to do.
We gotta put the fake hood scoop on there too.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
A snorkel.
Yeah. No, you gotta make it look
it's
like
not attached to anything.
You gotta make it look factory somehow. Like they intended. Like this was the Prius.
We can put a muffler,
off-road.
One of those like I saw this product that makes your muffler sound louder. You put it in the muffler and it makes it like pop and.
Oh, so that when you let off the gas in your Prius, it goes pop, 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 pop,
yeah,
pop, pop, pop.
It'd be so funny to just get a Prius and just like put like some other engine in it.
Yeah.
That's super loud.
Yeah, me and my buddy RJ are always talking about that. Like that would be if you have just an
RJ,
unlimited budget.
I met RJ.
Yeah.
He's the type of person that would drive like a lifted Prius.
Yeah. You saw what he does drive a 1989 Lincoln Town Car.
Dude, can I just talk about how driving with him I felt like I was back in Montana. Where he's like, you don't have to wear seatbelts. It's okay.
There aren't any.
If you can find a seatbelt, you can use it. I was just like, am I in Montana right now?
Oh, yeah. No, RJ's from Montana.
That was the blast from the past. Like,
yeah.
there's
no,
toys
RJ's
back
good
there.
shit.
Some, like... I don't know, some tapestry on the
there's
ceiling because there's probably
a bed sheet on the ceiling. Definitely some marijuana paraphernalia somewhere else. Yeah. No, RJ's good shit. I like RJ, and he would 100% drive a lifted Prius. We always are talking about though, like
it smelled like gasoline in there.
No,
a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, 1989, dude. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That thing it's like a boat. That shit was cool.
It's enormous and it's so comfortable.
I was like, oh, I forgot how unsafe this feels.
He let me drive it one time. It's kind of a fun car to drive. Like you have to do everything.
I was impressed that we were in a parking garage was our starting point. And I was like, this is tight. There was like a turn that we had to make.
You got to do
tight.
Everything in slow motion because it's like the just softest suspension ever. But it's as far as like a highway cruiser, that thing is cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's 9 feet of car in front of you.
Yeah, the hood is solidly 6 to 8 feet long.
It's like the size of your truck bed.
As is the trunk. The trunk is like
another
like 6 feet long. Like the car is like 20 feet long.
I know.
It's a big, huge.
They don't make them like they used to.
They don't. Oh man,
that would be so funny if one company was just like, "Fuck it, let's bring it back," and they like put like an electric mode, like they do like an electric one. They're like, "Yeah, we got 2 trunks,
I just saw this.
2 long bed Tacoma trunks."
I forget where I saw this, but they built a crate engine using a Tesla electric motor.
Okay,
but they put the mounts so that it would fit in the exact same like bolts or whatever or engine mounts as like a Chevy small block.
Okay.
So anything that you were going to do an LS swap, you could also do a Tesla electric motor swap in.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, so you could literally like anything you were going to do a small block into, like an old, got an old Camaro or a fucking old or even a new Camaro or something like that.
Oh my God.
You could swap in a Tesla electric motor.
Oh, that would be wild.
Or like a Miata. A lot of people put an LS in a Miata just to be a dickhead. And throw an electric motor in that. That would scoot.
I think RJ would be the person to drive that vehicle too.
Yeah, pretty much anything outrageous.
Just outrageous. Like, I don't, like, because we went to the auto show, and I was like, I don't feel like you're driving any of these stock things.
No, here's what he had before. He still owns it. It's just not here anymore. He has a Ram 50. It's like the old pickup truck that was a collaboration between Dodge and Mitsubishi back in the 80s. Little tiny 2-wheel drive pickup truck.
Oh,
like a single cab, long bed. It's called the Ram 50. And that was a great little truck.
I've seen those.
Yeah, he had one of those. He has a huge collection of random old motorcycles. Like, he's got some cool ones.
I know. I'm
RJ's just really, he's like good at mechanical stuff and like tinkering with stuff and fixing stuff.
The Ram 50 kind of looks like a Datsun or something.
It does. It has
the Datsun truck
for sure competed with that. My dad had one of those.
That right?
Yep. His was white, but yeah, I rode in that thing. He would drift it all over the place in Bozeman back when we were going to college.
I had a friend that drove, I think, a little Datsun in high school, and it was always fun. He'd be like, "Let's go mudding," and it was fun.
My dad had one
till he rolled it.
My dad rolled his. My dad had one when he first moved to Montana in the 80s, and he rolled it going home. He was driving from eastern Montana to Bismarck, North Dakota to get on a plane to go home to Maryland for Christmas.
And he blew him off the road.
No, he hit black ice, and he slid, and he rolled it completely over, and he said he thought he was going to die, and then it started to roll, and he was upside down. He was like, whoa, seatbelts work. Shit.
Kept him in there.
It kept him in there, and he said it rolled back over onto its tires. Somebody came by in an old Bronco, North Dakota, middle of the night, towed him out, and he drove to the airport, fucking abandoned his truck in the airport and went home. And he said he got back to Montana or to North Dakota then in the daylight, and he looked, he was like, holy hell.
It was just like so smashed.
Yeah, it was smashed to shit. And he said he drove it back, like he limped it back to there, and he limped it down to a different town where there was a Toyota dealership. And he bought an 87 Toyota pickup, and he rode that until 2003.
Wow.
Bought the truck he has now.
That's awesome.
My dad he doesn't trade his cars in very often, my dad.
Yeah.
But
that's all right.
Yeah. Why not? Why not keep them?
Was there anything else that we didn't get to?
I don't think there was. I think we kind of covered it.
We didn't make that many Will Smith references.
We didn't. Wow.
Kind of only one. I interrupted you a lot.
That's okay.
But
that's the whole point of a podcast.
I think it was a good. I think it was a good episode.
I think so too.
Do you want to take us out?
Sure. Why not? If you guys enjoyed this, and even if you didn't, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe on Amazon. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We got video on YouTube, Spotify, and Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are on social media. We're at Size 10 Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I think that's pretty much it. Go follow us at all those places. We do fun stuff. We've been doing March Madness. That's over now, but it was a good time.
It was.
And
then we'll wrap it up, I guess, at the end of the month of
April. Better late than never.
It's a good idea. All right.
Yeah, you've got something to plug. You got Vibe Comedy.
Oh, yeah, I've got Vibe Comedy.
And you've got your new show on Thursdays.
Yep, every Thursday. I've got Bangers Comedy at Neighbors Tap Room. It's on 13th and Burnside in Portland. So if you're in Portland, come check it out. We've got lots of awesome comics coming through. And then we've got Vibe Comedy, which is a monthly show that I do with Jaron George, Maricha Hoprich. And we have awesome headliners every week that we do it, which is the third Saturday.
Which is once in a month.
Which is once in a month. All right. I think that'll do it.
All right. Thank you, guys.